Do I have this one?
Can you hear me now? Hold on, you're muted too. How's it? Try to hold on, baby girl. Hold on. All gone? All right, wipe your hands. It looked like it's.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I unmuted it. I had it on mute.
Okay, so I realized, here you go. Had a phone. All right, now sit back and play. Thank you. All right, so I figured out what happened with our Zoom group meeting the other night, why it canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do the basic free plan, but you only get 40 minutes of meeting time.
Mm-hmm.
So it just means if we get that time, we got to just roll.
Sounds good.
Let me pull up the agenda.
And I don't know how to go to multiple screens like you. So I'm just going to take notes. I was trying to get into I didn't print out my peer reviews that I did. So I'm going to be probably going back and forth.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't done it on computer yet. When Dr. Sumner does it, it's always on my phone so I can do other work.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So on the phone, you can swipe over.
Mm-hmm.
Looking. But I don't know how to do it if I'm not the one hosting.
Right. Okay.
But let me see. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
Good morning, everybody.
Can you see that? Morning, Ms. Wells.
Good morning, Miss Wells.
Is that what you see?
Yes, I see the agenda, the minutes.
Okay. I'm trying to get this back. It went to like a small screen for me. Okay. All right, so real quick, I want to just talk about the clinical log. Have we all met with our site supervisors?
Yes.
Yeah, so they showed you about what to do with the clinical log and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean within TaskStream or something? That's
Well,
something.
just logging your hours. So.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They haven't? What's going on, Mr. Perry?
Good morning, Mr. Perry.
So, clinical log.
Are we supposed to have?
Hello? Hey, Mr. Perry, can you hear us?
He got to unmute his, probably.
Well, it don't look like he's. Are you muted? Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the log.
All right, so that's the log.
Mm-hmm.
And they just say log everything. Get back to this one. And then I'm gonna go back to my share. Okay, we can go ahead and talk about task one.
Okay.
So with task one, we were asked to create a PLC. I'm gonna pull mine up. And has everybody gotten to see the feedback for theirs from everybody else?
I just did something to my computer and I don't know what I did. Let me see if I can go back. Oh my God. What did I do? Oh, I see what I did. Yes.
Okay. Now, I spoke with Dr. Pickett yesterday for a little while, and email. But if you turn your stuff into your clinical coach, they are actually very good. All right. They are very good about making sure that we get everything we need and make sure the APA style is decent. He actually gave me a pretty good review on my task 1, and then I think I went off the path in task 2 and 3. So, but they do give you opportunity to redo it and get points back. And there's like one more thing I have to finish with task 1. But we were supposed to create a PLC. Did anybody feel like they had any issues with that? Is it just us? Okay, there we are. I can only see it.
No issues.
There we go. Okay. As far as feedback, was there any questions that anybody had about feedback that they got from anyone?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Now, by this point, we were supposed to have resubmitted it. And
yes,
I'm sorry, I just made breakfast. One thing that me and Dr. Pickard talked about was the fact that they only want you to pull from this document right here. Can y'all see that?
partially. There you go. Yeah.
So like task 1, they only want you to follow the prompts and the evidence that you can use.
Okay.
That's it. So I think I went off as far as task 2 go, I think I went off what it was asked to do in the prompts and the things that were given. I kind of put them in. So like in textbooks, we're used to seeing if they talk about something, then if they have a graphic for it, it's right after. And what they wanted was you to talk about it, but the graphics to all be last.
Okay.
And I think it might have been just like a formatting reason, so everybody's on the same page. And that's one place where I definitely messed up. But like I say, they're always willing to give you opportunities to get points back. Let me talk about task 3. So on resubmitting task 1, did anybody make any like big changes to their task?
No. Based on my review, I just used the information that you all gave me for my reviews, and then I went in. And I also looked at with the document that you have pulled up.
Yes.
Document you have pulled up, and Mr. Perry and yours, Mr. Park, your reviews. That's how I revised it, and so that's how I'm moving forward with it. And
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did the same thing. I revised mine, but I found out we can't use any of our own personal comments. Everything got to be scholarly or from other references and everything. I found out we have to have a PhD to even be able to say anything how we feel about anything. So everything has to be referenced from someone who's already written a book or whatever. No personal comments could be given.
Yeah, and one thing I found out,
Okay.
expanding on that, Mr. Berry, is that even if it's one of those cliche phrases that hold on, I'm sorry, it says my connection's unstable. Can y'all hear me now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It says that, well, Dr. Bicker said, even if like a cliche phrase, like as a matter of fact, even if that's in a scholarly work, we can't use that. We have to rephrase that part too.
Right. Yeah.
So I had to go do some rephrasing on some of the sources that I cited.
Hmm.
Ms.
Yeah.
Wells?
Hers, I believe, is, I don't know if hers is mute. Miss Wells, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Did you make any big changes?
No, I did. I added some more research of the DLC for the task one, but other than that, just some small grammatical changes.
Okay. What issues did anybody run into with completing task 1?
The issues that I had was doing the insight, like putting the reference sites in. I really honestly didn't know how to do that correctly. But
Okay.
then when I revised it, I put it in correctly. But at first I kind of struggled with it. And then I had to look at some, helpful resources, and then I did it correctly, hopefully.
Okay. And I use a site to help me with mine.
Mhm.
I kind of like plug in the sources, and then they'll give me the citation, and I'll just modify it the way it's supposed to be used. And I can show y'all that real quick if you want me to.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Let's see. So this is a citation machine, but they have a lot of them.
Okay.
And you go to create citation. It'll ask you APA, MLA, Chicago. Obviously, we're APA. And books, magazines, films, journals, other. And what you do is you'll type it in. Let's just say, no, the Odyssey. You spell Odyssey again? I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look it up, it'll find it. You select. Final step. It'll make sure everything's right in there. And then create citation. And it'll give you the citation. You can copy it. Now, what I would do is I would wait till I do all my citations and then copy all. And then when you put it in your paper, you'll have to go. You'll have to go and modify it. So they'll put it in all together.
Mm-hmm.
And what you'll do, you'll have to come to the second line and hit like tab over. Then I think what I messed up in also with this one was I had them just double spaced everything. when you create the new citation, you'll have to go through and double space it to separate it. And he said this was fine.
Okay.
So, and I was because I was definitely worried about what that was going to look like. I know a lot of us were.
Can I ask you a question? With the feedback from the clinical coach, you go right on where you sent it to him? How did you see his feedback? Is it an email sent, or how do you?
It's I just had to check Blackboard, and when I checked Blackboard, it had my grades posted.
Got you. Okay.
And he'll give you the feedback.
Okay.
And it's very detailed. So
after you submitted it, how long did it take to give you the feedback?
I can show you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oops. All right, grades. So, trying to pull up the other ones. All right, so trying to pull up Dr. Pickett's grades.
Look, I'm having a problem doing my citations. Make them single space. How you make them single space, man?
You're talking about single space as in
line spacing? Because once I go to that next line, if I have it in single space and once I hit the space bar, go to the next letter, it'll indent. But if it don't indent, it'll have a space in between. It'll have an extra space in between it. Let's see how you a double space, but shouldn't it be single space though?
That's a good question.
How you make them single space?
I would, so you can.
Mine's all double space right now because I can't make them single space.
Want to make them single space? I think you just highlight it, go to paragraph, and do single.
Mm-hmm.
That should make them
wow.
single space.
Mine won't do that though.
But I think APA format, you're required to have it double spaced.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be for APA.
It's supposed to be double though?
Yes. So that's why I think it's supposed to be double. I mean, I can ask Dr. Pickett again. I can ask Dr. Pickett again, but he didn't say anything when he saw this. He said it was fine. He just more so got on me about my citations in text.
Right.
So I would stick with the double, and if they say anything about it, then you address it so you can get on one page with both professors.
After
I got you.
Submitted your paper to the clinical class, how long did it take before he gave you feedback back?
Let me see. I want to say I sent them in Wednesday, and I mean not Wednesday, Tuesday night as we were. Sorry, I sent them in Tuesday night as we were doing the Zoom meeting, and he sent them back yesterday. He started Thursday night with some, and then he sent me back the rest Friday afternoonish type. So that was what, 2 days when he started?
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3.
So yeah, he was definitely on top of everything really quick. That's great. I'm trying to show you all. Okay, here it is. So like this is for clinical 1, for task 1. You see how he just went and gave like feedback. The P's are page. First I thought it was paragraph, but it's page. And so like I think one right here. So this cut and dried came from a source. And he still wanted me to paraphrase it differently, just because it's one of those sayings.
Right. So this guy when he went, it appears he goes line for line. He reads everything.
Oh yeah, he gives everything. And he just wants you to make your corrections. Now I see right here, and I mean, here was like a mix-up about what's supposed to be turned in, but here he actually goes in and tells me just follow the outline, because he couldn't follow it with everything that I was doing. And then and I know that was a mix-up of what my site supervisor told me to look up and when that was supposed to be implemented in the task. So I went back and read, and what she told me, I think I'm really supposed to be putting in task 4. But yeah, so he says like follow protocol. And just remember, I messed up because I don't even think I was supposed to turn this stuff in until I get 2 evaluations on each paper. So, and that was the big thing when I talked to him about it. I said, I think I turned them in early. And he was like, yeah, I think you did too. But from now on, and he even told me, he was like, just call me before you turn stuff in so we all know we're all on the same page with what work you're turning in and what it looks like as expected. So they're, like I said, they're really helpful. And by this point, I've talked to all 3 of them. Talked to Dr. Lim, I've talked to Dr. Sumner, I've talked to Dr. Pickett as well. So they're definitely there to support us the whole way through.
Well, I actually went into the Google Doc or the Google folder and created a folder for each of our peer reviews. So that whenever we complete those peer reviews, we could just upload them into there. So that they're all in a centralized place.
Okay, so you've already. Sorry. You said Ms. Wells, you said you made a folder.
It should be in that big.
Oh, here we go. Gotcha. I didn't refresh it. Okay, that's great.
And so that way we can just have them all in one place, and then it'll be easier to find, and we don't have to worry about emailing them.
Where is it located?
In the Google Drive. Can you see what I'm sharing with you right now?
No, we can't see your screen right now.
Let me. So what Ms. Wells did was she went into the Google Drive that we have, and then she put like one for me, Mr. Perry, Ms. Wells, Ms. Hawkins. Here it is up front. Forgot.
And this Google Drive is where?
You should. I sent you an invitation to it.
Okay.
I sent you all an invitation to it early. When I sent it,
Okay.
Where we access the minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I sent it to you, all you saw was meeting agendas and resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I've also made a tab where it says Zoom videos.
Okay.
So when you need to upload that link for Dr. Sumner, there it is.
Perfect.
And like I said, you all can just download it as you need.
I know I have to go back. In the beginning, I was confused. Like, I thought we would do we would do our group peer reviews, and I was just uploading them into Blackboard, and I thought maybe somehow, I don't know, I thought that they would send them out to everybody. So I have peer reviews that I never emailed to y'all, so I'll just add those folders.
Okay.
Hey, it works for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what we'll do on Blackboard, just to just to make it simple for, not simple for everybody, but just to make sure we're complying, we'll just go ahead and respond on Blackboard, but we know to look for our peer reviews here.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so outside of that though, there were no issues as far as creating a PLC and discussing it with the people who you who are now in your PLC.
I think with my group that I have, the PLC I have, all of mine and everything, really looking for me to do. If I'm gonna have this, looking for me to do everything myself per se. Everybody's is two consensus, and everybody's going along with whatever I say and do, which is not what I'm telling them I'm looking for. I'm trying to make it as legitimate as possible. Testing results, we tested kids almost every other week and everything between common formal assessments and everything. We just did benchmark. One this week. We'll be doing benchmark 2 in this month. We're gonna have some testing data and everything. It's just a matter of getting my team to give do what you do.
Yeah.
That's how things going.
I stuck with my PLC that's in school, and I just created a smaller PLC within them.
Yeah.
And, we kind of just focus on the same stuff, and it's more so I guess a closer knit support group. But like we still hold the meetings, talk about the deadlines of the tasks that we're given.
I have a question with our internship hours, right? So
yes.
like our PLC counts as internship hours. Are we supposed to have an artifact for each hour, or just for each like group of tasks? Like, I mean, my like supervisor's question was like, if I do bus duty, like, am I supposed to have like an email?
To log it in.
I'm supposed to be on bus duty.
And that's a good question, because I had that same question for Dr. Pickard when I get ready to speak to him about my papers, because we're assigned lunch duty at the beginning of the year. So if I'm assigned lunch duty, then can I just use that email that was telling me, that has my name in a drive showing where I'm supposed to be, or do I have to like send a picture every time I'm there, or have somebody email saying I saw you at lunch duty? Because that can get
that's a little tedious.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's one thing that I was going to ask about. IEP meetings, I don't know how many people have IEP meetings, but those should be easy because they send you an email saying this is what we went over, and you can screenshot that. But the lunch duty thing and like game duties, I can ask about. And remember, your PLC hours count, your duty post count, supervision at athletic games. If you help the testing coordinators with stuff, that counts as well. So they got a whole list for us to use. Now, I don't know, does anybody have a mentee?
No, man. 15 years, man. No.
Okay.
And plus, they don't pay enough money. Get a mentor. For real.
I get it. I have
all that paperwork you got to submit every month.
Mm-hmm. I have one, but I didn't see it on the list of things that we can log hours on. So I'm gonna ask Dr. Pickard about that one.
Actually, I have two. I have two teachers that I mentor, possibly three, because there's only about 5 of us within the whole school who are trained mentors. So they're spreading them out. So hopefully I can use that time. I'm also part of a program called TLI, in which after you complete 2 years, you get your national boards. And so I'm doing a school project, leading adults in various programs within my school. So I'm going to inquire about that, because I like almost live at my school. So I'm doing a lot. Hopefully I can log that stuff, and I'm going to ask about that. In regards to POC, I I shared with my PLC, what I'm doing per this course and per this program. And some were not reluctant to like buy into it. So I actually had to have my site supervisor go to them and say, yes, this is something that she needs to do. This is not anything she's, just trying to veer off. A lot of my team are, they're a little hesitant with sharing their data. They're not transparent because a lot of them are BT. So I'm just trying to make them understand that if you're transparent with your data, then that's how we can drive our lessons and our CFAs. So they're getting used to it, being transparent. So that was it as far as PLC.
Okay.
Team.
Yes.
I got a little situation just came up. I'm gonna have to step away from the mic, but I see you recording. I'm gonna have to come back in and look at the recording. But I'm gonna need to go handle a little situation right quick. I'm gonna step away for the step away. All right.
We understand.
And but for sure, this has been informative though. We need to do this more often. I appreciate this. And bro Parks, I got to give it to you, bro Parks. You're on top of things too, man. I got to give it to you, man. I appreciate you, and appreciate y'all, everybody working together as a team too. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
But I am step away though.
Okay. This will be available in the drive for you.
All right.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It just gave me a notice. We only have like 10 more minutes of free time.
And I have to drive my son to work in a few minutes. So.
Okay. So task 2 review. Has anybody gotten any feedback from your coaches?
No, I haven't even up because I wasn't, I don't attend the class on Tuesday. I always watch the video. And she didn't record it on Tuesday. So we've been emailing back and forth about all of the different things. So I haven't done the upload to the clinical class yet.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and say this. After talking to Dr. Pickard, he did give me my task 2 feedback. And like I say, it wasn't good because I had taken what my site supervisor said and I tried to apply it to this one, and it was supposed to be for task like 3 or 4, what she was saying. Mm-hmm. But Ms. Hawkins, when I read yours, I'm pretty sure you were dead on. I got confused because I'm thinking like the school creates an action plan or something like that, and we follow that. So I was using SIT stuff, and I did use some EVOS and state information, but mine was more so. I don't know if you guys do PDP goals.
Yes, we do. 2. We still do 2.
So, yeah, mine was so driven by the PDP goals. So I kind of took your model of after I talked about the EVOS data and the state records to go ahead and talk about. Hey, baby, you're almost finished. Okay, almost done. Wait, what you want? All right, here you go. And I started talking about the PLC right after and things that we're going to use to collect data. And so I'm hoping this time that's right, because that seems more so like what they meant by best practice. But I think where I got confused and didn't follow your model was, I think your PLC is more than just one subject, right?
It is more than just one subject, but whenever I was on one of the Zooms with Dr. Sumner, she was kind of like, for me, she was promoting that we narrow it down to one.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's both reading and math for the entire school, but I'm a math and science. We've been departmentalized. So with the best practices, I use the pressing need to just do math because I'm grade level. So I'm in on PLC for reading and math, but I just assumed she wanted one. Mm-hmm. If I can use 2, that'll be good. That's when my confusion comes in with regards to the pressing need. So I supply EVOS data for both reading and math, but with the task 3, I just gave information on math and best practices for that. So do you think I should like ask them what I should do or?
Oh, definitely. But when I talked to Dr. Lamb, he said they just wanting you, like you were told, just to narrow the focus, because I was having a hard time
Okay.
starting task 3.
Okay.
They said
Okay.
narrow the focus to best practices for reading or math. I say
Gotcha.
there's a lot
I'm
of
gonna
things
keep
in
it
here.
like that. I'll
So
keep it like that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so but like I said, I think you were on the right track. The part for me that was tough, I just transferred schools. So
Okay.
yeah, we had a little mix up when I was first getting ready to transfer, because I wasn't going to do the program if I was just transferring, because I kind of wanted to have my feet set. But
Right.
then something happened, and then I ended up getting into school anyway. But since I didn't get into school the first time, I went ahead and applied and got in the cohort. So I was by then I was like, oh man, well I got to stay now. Go ahead and just tough it on out. So I didn't have access to like their school records and stuff. So I had to go on what we talked about in our PLC to begin with, which they did have it, but it wasn't.
I think you'll do fine, Mr. Parks. I review your when I review your tasks, and I did also notice you were veering off, but I just thought that you were going from ground up. I saw your documentation about SIT, and SIT does drive PDPs because based on a school goal, you get your goal. So that's where I thought you were going. So that's why I was like, it was like, I thought it was okay, but they probably wanted specific, like you say, based on what they have outlined for the task. But that's, looking at SIT is the overall, and then each teacher go ahead and do their goals, because we have a school goal, a grade level goal, and then a class goal for myself. So that's where I thought you were going. But all of your work is really, really good, and I'm excited about going in now and looking at Mrs. Wells's information and just giving her some peer reviews and such, and just going from there. I think you'll do fine, and I just appreciate you, Mr. Parks, for taking this on, because this is a great big task and you do it really well, and it's appreciative. Thank you.
You definitely have been a savior.
Thank you. Well, like I say, hopefully now, I'll be more on point and we'll be able to flow better now that we've all have our communication down, and we kind of have an idea of what we're doing.
Right.
Still have some learning curves, of course.
Somewhat.
we got it down now for the most part. You ready? All right. So if anybody has any issues, she's about to go with my mom in a little bit. Here, you want some more comments? There you go. She's about to go with my mom, and so I'll be free to work on task with you or talk to you about it if you need to.
Yes, I'm losing mine at 1:00 today, so I should be able to. I'm planning to knock it out today, knock out everything.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, good. Well, I'll talk to you all throughout the week maybe, and then Thursday we'll meet again.
Okay.
All right.
Just text me if y'all need anything, or as I start working and uploading stuff today, if y'all see anything, just let me know.
Okay. And when hopefully I didn't get that new number, but as soon as I get it, I'm going to text it to you all. And thank y'all for the folders. I'm going to use those. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank y'all.
You too.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Let me see. Get out.